Hi, I'm Lag Dr. Clay Ballard, and this is the first video in a 7 video series on compression of the golf ball. In this video, we're going to talk about clubhead speed. It's the #1 determinant of handicap. We're going to go over where clubhead speed comes from to help you compress the ball better. I also have a bonus at the end of this video, so be sure to stick around to the end. Okay, so clubhead speed. We all know how vitally important clubhead speed is to your golf swing, to hitting the ball with a lot of compression, to getting good distance, but a lot of people are confused of exactly where clubhead speed comes from in the golf swing. There are many little tiny pieces that can add a half a mile an hour here, a mile an hour there, but I want to go over the 4 main pieces that are going to give you the majority of your clubhead speed. Probably 90% of your clubhead speed is going to come from these 4 pieces, and I've tested these out before. So first, let's talk about torso rotation. Now, torso rotation is both your hips and your shoulders, and more particular on this, I want to separate my hips and shoulders in the backswing so that I can load these muscles in a position to where they can fire. So this would be me rotating just my hips and shoulders together. This is no separation whatsoever. I'm not going to get a lot of power from this. A lot of short hitters will tend to turn everything back together. You can see my hips and my shoulders just rotating back as one unit and then rotating through as one unit. That's not what we're looking for. We're looking for some great separation between this. So the key to this is making sure that you limit your hip rotation in the backswing and really load up those shoulders. So here's my shoulders. If I limit my hip rotation and I turn as far as I can back, now I've got a big amount of separation, actually getting tight through my torso, and it's kind of taking the air out of my lungs here, which is a good thing, because I'm loading those muscles properly. Now I know that my hips are limited, my shoulders are getting this great big full turn, and if I go into the backswing, I know that I'm going to be able to create a lot of power from that position. So that's the first one. That's about 40% of your clubhead speed, torso rotation, getting some great separation. The next one is elevation. How far do my arms elevate vertically? And that's basically just going to mean, you know, straight up and down. So if you can imagine the deltoid muscles in the front of your arms here, those are going to pull your arms up and down. That's elevation in the golf swing. If I get this elevation and I add that to torso rotation, that's going to start to make the general shape of the swing. Now, as an overall guideline, the higher you can get your arms, the more potential speed you have. I can create a lot more speed coming from a higher position than a lower position. That's why, you know, a flatter, more one-plane swing isn't going to produce quite as much speed as a higher arms, 2-plane swing or a more vertical swing. It's not that you can't produce adequate speed with both of them if you do everything else right, but it's going to be a couple miles an hour lower. So that's what we really want you to do, is maximize vertical arm elevation in the swing so you can get great clubhead speed. There is where you can go too much, and we'll go over that in much more detail on the site, how much is enough. But that's the second piece, vertical elevation. Now the third piece here that really makes a difference is right arm. What does the right arm do? And we all know, you know, when we throw a ball, that right arm has to extend. And we're talking about bending from your elbow here and extending that right arm. That's going to really help you to get clubhead speed. Well, in the golf swing, I see a lot of people that are trying to do this way too early. In the downswing, they're extending this right arm, they're throwing this right arm out here as soon as they start down. Well, we need to save this up until later in the swing. So as I'm coming down and I've got all this lag when my hand's in front of my right thigh, my right arm is still bent. From there, it's going to extend, and I'm going to be getting speed in the most important part of the swing, which is coming through impact, which is what this is all about, in creating some compression. So if I look at that again from down the line, here I'm getting some bend in my right arm. The right arm's going to extend, and I'm going to be maxing out that speed at the ball to get more compression. And the last piece we're going to talk about today is wrist angle. So what are we going to do here to make a proper swing with our wrist? Well, our wrists are going to actually cock upwards a little bit in the backswing. So here's where I start. It's going to cock upwards a little bit in the backswing. It's going to cock upwards a little bit more even in the first half of the downswing, and then they're going to extend downwards. So these wrists are doing this motion, just like you're doing a hammer, cocking it upwards, and then bam, they're going to be released downwards. So that's this motion here, wrist hinge, big angle. As it's coming down, I'm going to be releasing this downwards as I'm rotating my hands, boom, and then that's going to release the club. So from here, I've got all this lag built up, my wrists are cocked upwards, and then in my release, bam, I'm going to let them release now to where my wrists have gone from this position to this position. and that's going to get a lot of speed in there. So from lagged to releasing that club, going to help me to get a lot of speed at impact again, where it's vitally, vitally important. Doesn't do us any good back here. We got to get it at impact. So those 4 pieces are greatly going to help you to increase your club head speed and start compressing the ball better than you have before. All right, so now what I want to do is I want to perform a drill for you guys to help you start getting some more club head speed, and it's going to be with my right arm here. I want to max out this. This will be great for those of you who are casting earlier in your swing. So what I want you to do is put your left arm kind of behind your back here, and I want you to make a little mini swing just with your right arm, and halfway coming down, I want this right arm to still be loaded here. I want it to still be bent a little bit. I'm going to start to extend my right arm, and I want my right arm to be all the way up here in front of my left thigh before I hit this bag. So I don't want to flip with this club and be casting with this club and extending my right arm early. That'll get me to hit the ball when my right arm is way back here. I want to keep it bent. I want to extend the right arm up here, and I don't want to hit that bag until my right hand is all the way up here in front of my left thigh. So it's going to look just like that. So we're learning to save the energy from the right arm until we're at the bottom of the swing, and then hit the ball. Another good way to feel this, put your left hand down here. I'm going to bend my right arm. It's going to be nice and loaded, palm facing the camera, and then bam, I'm going to extend it out and clap my hands together. That's going to help me to get some speed at the most important part of the swing. So let's go ahead and do this a few more times. There we go. So we know we can hear we're getting some speed with that, and we're getting it at the right part of the golf swing. So go ahead and try that drill out. That's greatly going to help you to bump up your speed and improve your compression. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did like this video, go ahead and click the like button down below. That always helps. Leave a comment if you have any questions. I'll be more than happy to try to answer everybody's questions. And click the subscribe button up top here if you want to be notified whenever new videos come out from this channel to greatly help you improve your golf swing. Now, I have a great bonus for you guys, which is the right arm in the downswing video, and that's going to go a lot more in detail what we worked on with the bag and that club, the impact bag, and lead you through this entire process more throughout the entire swing, give you some great drills for this. So if you're interested in that, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to play the first half of that video, or the first section of that video. You're going to get started with some more of those drills. If you want to see that entire video, click the link in the bottom right, sign up for your free Rotary Swing membership. As soon as you sign up, that video will be available to you to watch the full video, plus you'll get about 4 hours of bonus instruction. I look forward to working with you guys much more in your game. Good luck with your lag and good luck with your club head speed. I can't wait to see you compressing the ball better than ever. Hi, I'm the Lag Doctor, Clay Ballard, and today I want to talk about something I know you all care about, and that's distance. Now, when I see students work on distance, they oftentimes use something I call the sledgehammer approach. What I mean by the sledgehammer approach is that they keep the club very close to their body, and they rotate their shoulders in the club very aggressively through impact. They get a ton of rotation and try to get a lot of speed with their body. But there's only one problem with the sledgehammer approach. You see, the sledgehammer technique is great for producing power, but it's very poor at producing speed. Now, if you want distance in your golf swing, you need to produce speed, and we do this by creating leverage. So if you want to learn how to create leverage in your golf swing and start out driving all of your friends with less effort than you ever thought possible, you're going to want to watch this video. Okay, so in this video today, we're going to focus in on the #1 piece of creating swing speed in your golf swing, and that is creating leverage with your right arm, and more importantly, releasing that leverage. So otherwise known as lag and release, but if we do not create leverage and release it in time, then creating all the lag in the world isn't going to do us any good. And we're going to focus specifically on what the right shoulder does in lag and release and in generating club head speed in your golf swing. So I already mentioned what most golfers do is they try to rotate the body very aggressively, and some instructors will even recommend that you rotate the body very aggressively. But this is a poor way to generate club head speed. Now, if I rotate just my body moves fairly slow on its own without creating leverage and lag and release. A good way to test this is by not getting any leverage, not getting any lag and release at all. So what I want you to do to test this, go ahead and get up out of your chair, grab a club, and I want you to keep your arms dead straight. Don't get any wrist hinge at all as you swing back and through. So I'm keeping this club dead straight the entire time, and I'm just moving my body. So my arms are not moving at all in relationship to my body, and I'm gonna try to get all the club head speed that I can. I may have gotten 20 miles an hour of club head speed. So the body rotation on its own is very, very slow. We need to get leverage